Take 4.
Welcome to WhitsPicks.
Welcome to WhitsPicks episode 11. Well, I hope you enjoyed that intro there. Played live by Jack and Jim.
Never been found. Band practice.
Well, never
Back
been
together.
found, yeah.
Back
without
together,
me.
the reunion.
Let's get Matt Baker in it.
Yeah, backing vocals and drums.
Do the Thursday cover again.
Oh, yeah.
Jim Blick. Jim Blick.
Big
So,
hit.
anyway, episode 11. Here we are again. All good?
All good?
All good.
Stories? Kick off
Haven't
any
got
stories?
nothing this week.
We've recorded
No.
quite soon after.
Right,
Yeah,
recent,
it's only been
yeah.
a couple of days in our world.
Nothing's happened.
Nothing, apart from hopefully Jack's watched all the things he's supposed to have watched.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, I've done that. Of course I've watched it.
Mm.
Of course. Yeah, of course I watched it.
I've watched It. We didn't, the film Pennywise.
Is that
On the
not?
list. No, one of the
Yeah.
picks, mate.
Doing a joke, isn't he?
So
I just
what's-
did a joke. Let's do pod business in anything.
Yeah, any pod business? Probably not, because again, it's only been a couple of days.
I
and there's not
know.
been a pod released.
I think by the time the
Picks.
people, the winners, would have listened
I'm
to this.
getting a telephone call right
Oh,
now.
here's a story.
That's the story. Hello? Hi.
Oh, got to do some shopping.
Trying
Let's keep this in, Jack.
Yeah, of course.
to think.
I need some.
I need some powder. I need some.
Let me go and I'll see if it's downstairs.
Can you help me with the shopping bags, please, Jim?
Can you just peel this banana for me, please? Jim?
I need one banana sandwich. Oh, poor Jim. Getting roasted. Again. He's not even here now to defend himself.
He's on the chopping block.
He's checking if he's got any hummus left. What was that? Oh, he's back. The coffin door's opened.
Just act like nothing's happened.
Yeah.
Classic. I'm back.
You back?
You bet. Ah, that's right. We were just. It was just silence.
Just yeah.
I
we didn't
bet it
speak.
wasn't. I bet it was pure
Pure water.
just
Yeah, what?
roast, probably. Well, anyway, pod business. That's
Yes.
what we were, wasn't
Sorry, Podbits. I was going to say congratulations to the winners because they would have hopefully have
Yeah,
heard,
they-
heard
well,
they've won from the
it? In fact,
previous
they
episode.
may even have the prize by now.
May even have the prize. I mean, how's it getting to Brighton? You posted it.
Yeah.
Oh, look at. There's a tweet off.
Yeah, we got
new-
one tweet this week.
Yeah, new listener, Joe Yusuf.
He's been burning through all the back catalogue.
Oh, good on him. Good old Joe. He's tweeted my name with the white in.
Well,
So
has he?
that's-
Yeah, exactly.
That's going
Done
to
it
be
wrong
Mm.
on purpose.
Well, it proves that he listens to it though. So
That's a good point. Yeah.
I give him that. So
And I don't think we mentioned that until quite a few pods in, so he
so I
he
don't
genuinely
mind.
has listened. So thanks for listening, Joe.
Thank you, Joe, if you're listening now. That's another drawing then you have to do, Jim.
Yeah, that's true. He's used the hashtag.
He's used the hashtag and he's listened to the pod. So
What are you gonna draw for him?
yeah, different theme.
Oh, come on. How many drawings am I going to have to do
Until
till we stop getting listeners?
yeah, I mean people are shouting out now. There's a lot of shout outs.
Yeah, because they know there's a drawing on the line.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's an incentive.
Something Joe likes.
Something Joe likes. One Tree Hill. Draw something to do with
Is it
One
that
Tree.
One Tree Hill?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just draw something from One Tree Hill.
Chad Michael Murray.
Yeah.
Is that his name?
Don't know, but I'll
something like
Google
that.
it.
I don't know if they have any weird logos or anything.
No, I'll draw Chad Michael Murray.
Drinking from a cat mug.
Maybe.
Gotta get the
You've
logo
gotta-
in.
Yeah, you've got to give it something to do with us.
Yeah. Right, okay.
There you go then, Joe.
Look out for that, Joe. That's going to be... Well, he'll have to tell me where to send it. Or drop it in person if he still lives in Rome.
Yeah, just bring your bike round. Just scoot down.
Yeah.
There's one drawing waiting for.
One tree drawing.
That's pod talk.
That's
Yeah,
not
that's-
much this week.
No.
No, nothing's really changed. Apart from Jack's watched everything this time.
Yes.
He says, I don't believe
I've
him.
watched it.
I believe him, to be fair. Maybe,
We also said to hashtag WhitsPicks and a song that you want us to play at the start of the podcast.
Good.
How do you feel about that?
Yes, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not so many solos.
We're not going to learn any Dragon Force or anything like that.
No, and it's not going to be songs, it's, full songs. It's going to be like 20 seconds for an intro.
Yeah.
Clip.
We've done Darkness. Well, I haven't done anything, so it doesn't matter.
No.
You said you would, though.
As always, yeah. You said you were going to play a ukulele, I think.
Well, I can't just take that from Laura's house.
Well, then why did you say you could?
I didn't say I could take it. I just said I could play it.
Well, how would you play it without taking it?
Well, I just recorded a little bit at Laura's.
No, that's no good.
Send you the clip. I've got my keyboard, so I just use the keys.
Yeah.
You haven't got it out, have you?
No, too many wires.
Always
Next week,
excuses.
we'll request a song with keyboard in, and then I will play the keys.
Right.
Let's go straight into WhitsPicks.
Yeah, let's go to the WhitsPicks.
Over to Liam.
Yeah, this is
yeah.
my picks. This is from about 2 weeks ago now, so it's 3 films from the letterbox. Again, I think I've done a Jack. I don't think all of them are my favourite films. It's just hard to... Well,
These are just films you like. These are 3 films
Yeah,
that
let's
you
just
like.
say films we like. These aren't...
3 of your favourite films, but not your 3 favourite films.
It was 12 Angry Men, Mulholland Drive, and Assault on Precinct 13 were the 3 films we watched, finally.
Yeah, I think Jack watched them all yesterday.
Is that not allowed?
It doesn't matter when you watch them.
No.
We've all watched them. So what one do you want to start with?
It's your picks. You go.
So your picks, yeah.
Well, I've got them on IMDb and all. Let's just start with 12 Angry Men. 12 Angry Men is easily the best film out of all of these.
Hands down, my favourite.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of my... This is probably one of my favourite films, like, legit.
Yeah, I know you...
It's awesome.
This is one you really love.
I guess we should explain it.
Yeah, well, you should, my friend.
I'll try.
It's your
I'll
week.
try. Well, this film's about... It's a jury of 12 men who are...
Angry.
This is 12 Angry Men. No, there's a Spanish boy on trial for the murder of his dad with a switchblade. It can't be a hung jury, can it? So they have to have a verdict because this guy will be sentenced to death, so he will be killed.
Yeah.
So they all go back to these 12 men, and a few of them are just bothered about going to a baseball game. They don't even care.
Well,
So
one guy. Yeah.
One guy, yeah, and so 11 of them, they just convinced that he's guilty, they just want to do it, and then one man,
Henry Fonda.
Henry Fonda's character, is like, he says he's not guilty.
Well, he says he doesn't know, and that's reasonable doubt.
Exactly, so they
That's
can't
his
have
thing.
reason, they need to all agree. They just go around one by one, they all have reasonable doubt.
Basically, they tear apart each piece of evidence. And
Each piece of evidence, each person that believes he's guilty has a particular... One of the pieces of evidence really stands out for them as the reason that they really think he's guilty, and one by one, every piece of evidence gets put at least under reasonable doubt until everyone isn't sure anymore, and then they eventually get a unanimous... Well, spoilers.
Well, yeah.
It's obvious where it's going, to be fair. Right from
the start,
the very beginning. There's no mystery to it, but it just plays out so well that it's
I was hooked from the start.
Yeah, that's the great thing about this film. Yeah.
pretty much all takes place in that one room, apart from the very first bit when they're in the courtroom. It's all in the little room to the side of the courtroom where they...
Jury room.
And it's really hot, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really hot.
This could have been one. This could have been one for our. It's a really hot day.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it's really hot. So a
picks.
few of them don't want to be there. Really, they just want to go because it's too hot. So they don't even think about this guy that's on trial. So they just assume he's guilty. A lot to do with it with race, isn't there?
Ed Begley is racist in it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's racist.
But one of my favourite scenes is when everyone stands up after his racist.
Yeah. That's so good. Everyone's just
They
turning
just
their back on
refuse
him.
to be associated with him. Yeah.
Associated with him. Yeah, it's awesome. Is it based off a play?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it feels like a play, doesn't it? Where it's set in one room.
I love films like that though, that are really confined and just people talking for.
It feels like one take.
Yeah, it's just amazing. Every character gets over the course of it moves from being like a caricature into having real depth.
Just a great film. If you're listening to this, and you should just watch this film.
Yeah.
If we could do anything, watch 12 Angry Men.
This is the one that stands out the most.
Yeah.
It's only an hour and a half as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much the most compelling drama you'll
flies
ever
by.
watch. Yeah.
Completely.
12 men sweating in a room.
And they just get more agitated as it goes on.
Yeah. I love when it rains. That's not even...
Yeah.
Just love the...
I would have kept the windows open.
Yeah.
Let some of the cool air in. No.
Yeah.
Forget about it. Keep it hot and stuffy. And I was thinking, look, it must stink in that room because all the smoke and like everyone's sweating.
The smoke, and there's a toilet, isn't there?
Yeah.
None of them have eaten either, so they're all...
If you've ever enjoyed a film, you'll enjoy 12 Angry Men.
Yeah, exactly. Just watch that. Right. Let's go on to Mulholland, because... I mean, I'll let Jim explain it. It's just...
Well... Jim's cracked the code. He's worked out what it means.
I think I understand. So, obviously, huge spoilers if anyone hasn't seen it, because part of the fun of watching Mulholland Drive is like a puzzle that you can't quite put back together, but it's it's amazing anyway. The first time I watched it, I had no idea what I'd just watched, but I loved it.
It's supposed to be like the 8th time I've seen it. I still don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Well, so all that happens in the course of the film, as far as I can see it, right? The very first bit is that jitterbug bit.
Yeah.
Right, and then just after that, before the title comes up, it shows someone climbing into bed.
Yeah.
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 Like it's first person climbing into the bed, and then everything from that point until Diane Selwyn wakes up. You know, when the cowboy comes in and says "Time to wake up."
Yeah.
Is a dream.
Right.
So that whole part's a dream, and all that actually happens in the runtime of the film is Diane Selwyn gets in bed, wakes up because her neighbour's at the door collecting her stuff.
Yeah.
And takes her ashtray back off the table.
Yeah.
And then Diane Selwyn sees the key on the table, which means that her girlfriend has now been killed by the hitman.
Right.
And she runs into the other room in a unable to process what she's done.
Yeah.
But in hiring a hitman to kill her girlfriend, and shoots herself in the head. That's essentially all that happens in the film. Everything else is either dreams or a memory.
Right. Well, that's cool. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
But I want to watch it again.
Yeah, this is the first time I was watching it, and I was like, I get it now. It just seems like it makes sense.
Because it's not very, but similar to Lost Highway.
Lost Highway. Like this actually is one of the more coherent David Lynch films.
Yeah.
In that there is actually, and he said as well like actually something intelligible happens over the course of the film. Like it's not like some of his films that are like, I don't know what's happening. This is crazy.
Yeah, like you said, he said there's clues like within like the first 30 seconds of the film. Or something.
Yeah, which is the jitterbug bit at the beginning is you remember in the flashback scene when they're all at dinner?
Yeah.
Jack's very quiet because I don't think he watched the end of this.
Yeah, I'm just listening. I want to know what the...
Yeah. But you remember they're all sat at dinner, like with the director, with Justin Theroux.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I've forgotten the other woman's name. And that she's talking to people about how she won a jitterbug contest, and that's the thing that led her to want to be an actress, and that now she's in Hollywood.
Right.
So it's like there's in real life what's happened is she's been in a relationship with Laura Harring, who is Rita in the dream bit. She's called Rita. She wants to be an actress, and she goes for a role, and Laura Harring gets chosen over her, which is where in the dream the Camilla Rhodes thing, the whole conspiracy.
Yeah.
There's like it seems like there's some big shady conspiracy that's chosen Camilla Rhodes for the role, even though she's not the right one, and they'd really want Naomi Watts. This is all like her fantasy about where she can create a kind of more ideal world than the one she's actually living in.
Right.
And then
a lot more sense.
So what actually happened is that Laura Harring was chosen for the role.
Yeah.
She's incredibly jealous, and then now they're drifting apart, and she's been with the director and stuff.
Yeah.
And she's lost it and hired a hitman to kill her.
Yeah. Fair enough. like that. But if you watch the film now, you won't get that straight away. It's crazy. Yeah. If this is the first time you've ever watched it,
you should watch it with Jim's commentary.
Yeah,
I'll talk over the top of it,
and then that will make more sense.
Ruin it.
Yeah, the soundtrack's brilliant.
Yeah, it's amazing. All the sound, just generally, is amazing.
Great bit, those people in the diner talking, and that man's talking about that dream he has.
Yeah, that was like when I first saw it, that was like the scariest thing I'd ever seen.
He's talking about
really just freaked me out.
He sees this man in his dream, this really dirty man, and there's other man. That's just a dream. You can see him
through the wall. And he's the one who's doing it all.
And then the dream plays out, which is really cool. And then when you see the man, it makes this horrible noise. Like a really weird. Like,
when you finally see him, he's not that scary, but just the whole build-up to like.
Yeah, exactly. The man,
going around the back, and you can see the guy's so scared, and it's all got a bit weird and dreamlike.
Yeah.
And the stuff on that's one of the clues, I think, is that the stuff on the table changes. Right. You notice that?
I'm looking at the David Lynch 10 clues that he writ.
Right. Oh yeah, that's in the DVD. I haven't got the case.
No, it's the IMDb.
Yeah, the table in the diner, it's got all what they were eating and drinking on it, and then when they get up and walk away, in the next shot, it's just got 2 upturned cups on it.
Right.
It hasn't got all the stuff that was there. Which is, I guess, supposed to signal that we're in a dream because things aren't always consistent in a dream.
Some people just probably think that's a continuity
area.
Yeah, where it's just David Lynch just knows what he's doing.
Yeah, and the telephone, the red lampshade, I think.
Yeah, I've got that here.
That's a clue, and that's in Diane Selwyn's actual house. Yeah. And that's like the phone ringing in real life, and it gets into a dream, but it shows it there, and then when she wakes up,
these are like the sort of dreams you have.
Yeah.
Really.
That's why I like David Lynch, because it like really genuinely feels like dreams I have.
Did you like it, Jack?
Yeah, it's fine.
He didn't... He wasn't... I could tell last night that he wasn't enjoying it.
No, same. I could tell.
But and he said he'd watch the rest today.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, watched it. She wakes up and it was all a dream.
Yeah, what happens? What happens when she wakes up then?
She's dead.
Go on. You haven't watched it.
She wakes up. Right. Okay, hang on. Why are you questioning me? Like
it doesn't
because I don't believe you watched this one.
Like, oh well, I said I was going to watch the rest tomorrow, which is today, and you were like, that's not an immersive viewing experience.
Which is true.
Why does it matter how I watch the film?
Well, with Mulholland Drive, especially if it's the first time you're watching it and you're not gonna like piece it together properly.
Who's to say I haven't pieced it together? I've pieced it all together.
You hadn't.
I have. I have.
We should have gone what Jack thought first.
Yeah.
And then her, but you...
Well, he hasn't watched it, so he wouldn't have thought.
I have watched it.
You can't just assume he hasn't watched it, Jim.
Well, he isn't able to tell us any detail about the last part of the film.
She wakes up and who are we talking about? I don't know their names. It's not my favourite film.
Just let's say,
fine.
Right, the cowboy comes into her room, tells her it's time to wake up.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
Then what?
The cowboy's freaky.
Yeah, we know you saw the cowboy from the earlier part.
He's got no eyebrows.
No.
He's trying to deflect. He hasn't watched it.
Oh, well, let's just move on. I mean, is that the first David Lynch film you've seen? Probably not.
Oh, I've seen Wild at Heart.
I love Wild at Heart.
Great film. Straight story. That's that covered.
Good.
Mulholland
Drive.
Well, me and Jim loved it, Jack.
5 stars. These first two were both 5 stars for me.
Yeah. Well, Jack gave 12 Angry Men 5 stars, which
he did.
Was half happy about.
Yeah, I loved it.
I knew he'd love 12.
The letterbox is like 12,000 5 stars, 38 1.
Yeah.
And you're not one of the ones. That's good.
Well, he was never going to give it 1.
Absolutely.
Give it 1 star. I think certain films, I don't know how you could give it a low rating.
You can't. Yeah, you couldn't.
Yeah.
Unless you're trolling.
I've been known to
Jack
troll.
is always.
Yeah, exactly. Silly troll.
Silly troll. Okay, Assault on Precinct
Trolling
13.
Connie.
Well, Assault on Precinct 13. This is a film. It's John Carpenter. This film's about this police...
This is like a classic Liam film. Although, obviously, it ends up not being definitely one of your favourites.
It's
compared
still...
to 12 Angry Men.
No,
this is like...
It's still up there as one of
this is the closest thing. If I put together a list of like Liam films, this would be very close to being on there. This is just like taut suspense, guns, police, gangs, men, lots of men.
Yeah, but
love a bunch of men, don't you?
Oh, me? Do I?
Yeah.
Me?
This seems to be true that Liam loves films that are about a bunch of men having to do something. Like
What?
Dirty Dozen and all that kind of stuff.
I've watched Dirty
Wages
Dozen
of Fear.
Got a job
Wages
to
of
do.
Fear was almost on here.
Yeah, Wages.
No, it's not a criticism. It's just sometimes I watch films and I go, I'll have to tell Liam to watch this.
Load of men in it.
And when loads of men have got guns, usually that's a film that you'll want to watch.
I like women with guns. It doesn't just have to be
No,
men.
I don't mean it's
not
yeah.
a gender thing.
It's not specifically a gender thing, but it's like
just film.
the kind of films tend to have a group of men rather than women, though. You know,
Yeah.
just because of what kind of films tend to get made.
Well, yeah, exactly.
If it's about, 12 Angry Men is about 12 men in a room.
I understand this, Jim. You can't
Clues
turn
in
it
the
on
name.
me.
No, I'm not turning on you.
Making me sound like the guy that always picks men films.
No. We're just a bit anxious. We're just a bit self-conscious about having chosen too many men films now.
Well, yeah, Jack
Aren't we?
said when he made the banner, all he was doing was cutting out men.
It's cutting out
It's
white
just-
men, and it
Me
just felt like...
and Jack have told you when are we getting the women wrestling? It's just men.
Well,
you keep saying
the
it's coming.
thing with wrestling is that 95% of it is men.
Where's the 5%?
There's much less women. We'll get to it. I want to watch. There's a women's tournament.
I wanna
coming
watch
up.
more
I want to
men.
watch more men.
No. There's a women's tournament coming up, which is not for a couple of months or something.
Months.
And then there's it's not.
I'm not. We need to watch a women's match.
Yeah, we will. Well, I want to watch all the Sasha Banks and Bailey matches from NXT. I want to watch their feud over, just their pay-per-view
that's
matches.
next.
Watch it.
That's next.
Well, we were going to. Okay.
Not
That's
next,
just a bit-
after...
Just after this cruiserweight. Or whatever
Yeah.
you want
Okay,
to
we'll do the
watch.
Cruiserweight Classic. That'll give me time to, because I'll have to like figure out what do we need to watch to have the feud like make sense.
have to do
you know what
some
I mean?
work.
Yeah.
Anyway, Assault on Precinct 13 is about men. Pure.
It is. I mean,
pure men.
John
It's got-
Carpenter films are mostly about men.
It's got a couple.
The
of
Thing is
females
about
in it.
men. Yeah, but they're not as prevalent as
Yeah, but then you've got Halloween,
the blokes.
Jamie Lee Curtis, The Fog,
Yeah, no.
Jamie Lee
the Fog,
Curtis.
Yeah, I know. And
Christine.
Adrienne Barbeau.
That's a woman. Car. I know, this is small plot. This film's about a policeman that goes to a precinct that's shutting down. It's not actually called Precinct 13. It's called Precinct 9. District
it's
13.
District 13. I thought that when I saw it. I was like, did you just say
So,
District 13?
but there's all the gangs have come together. Because there was a shooting at the beginning of all the gang members, wasn't there? They did a blood oath like the Warriors.
Yeah.
So they
What's it
all...
called when they don't care if they die?
Oh, she says it, doesn't she?
They've been given a
Sack.
sack.
A
I'm
sack.
given a sack.
What's it called, Jim?
Just give me a second. I'm looking. Cholo.
That's it.
Yeah. So he's at this precinct looking after it to make sure it's all closing down fine, waiting for the electric to come off. But previously to that, there's this guy and his daughter,
Oh my god, yeah.
and the guy. Okay, what?
Well, before that, the other prisoners are being there's some dangerous prisoners being transported.
Wilson.
Yeah, and one of them gets ill, and they have to stop to call a doctor. So they stop at Precinct 13. So they're there.
Yeah, there's three prisoners there going to death row. They're there.
Yeah, and one of them's like super dangerous.
Wilson. Napoleon. Why do they call him Napoleon? Don't know. Never find out.
You never find out.
Not important.
Not
So
important.
they're there. This policeman's there to just watch over this precinct being shut down. There's 3 prisoners in the cell.
Isn't it his first day?
Yeah.
Is it? Something like that.
Something
They've
like
given
that.
him like
they've given him
job nobody wants to do, basically.
Yeah, so he has to go to this precinct to look after it.
Yeah.
A girl and a dad. The dad goes in the phone box. The little girl goes to the ice cream man. But the ice cream man keeps seeing his car go back and forth. She buys an ice cream.
It's a bad neighbourhood as well. They're going to visit someone in a real bad neighbourhood.
Yeah, she buys an ice cream and she goes. Then the gang members come out, get the guy, put a gun in his mouth. And they're going to kill him, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
But then the little girl comes back. And she's like, hey, I didn't get any sauce on my ice cream. The guy shoots the girl.
Turns around, just shoots her straight in the chest.
Blood splats. You know, I mean, you don't really see she gonna get killed.
No.
So she's been shot, and then the guy kills the ice cream driver, or you know, he's dead. Dad looks up, sees his daughter.
He's not dead.
He's not dead straight away.
No.
That
whole
dead.
scene's so tense.
Yeah.
Like with the music, it's like
Oh, the music's amazing.
It's like the longer the note, the more dread.
The more dread.
Yeah.
That was the whole thing.
Definitely.
With the Simps, and you're just waiting for something to happen. Like it's.
Yeah. All just blows out, erupts.
Yeah, you're waiting for that one
So
moment.
the dad goes back, sees his dead daughter, and then the ice cream man's like, "Oh, there's a gun in the dash." So the dad gets the gun, and he sees the car speed off the gang members. So he gets in the gun. He's all, you know, he wants to kill these people. So he chases them. He kills. It's like the main guy, isn't it? The guy that kills his daughter. He kills him, and then he runs into Precinct 13. No, whatever it is. He's shocked. He can't speak. He's like, then the gang.
He's shocked. He's just his daughter's
He's just
dead,
shocked because his daughter's dead. He's killed the guy.
And he's just killed a man.
He's in shock. He runs into this police station, and they're like, what? Are you alright, mate? He can't talk. Put a blanket over him, and then all the gang members, because they're in a pack, they see that the main gang member's dead, so they all just go onto this precinct and just rain lead on it.
yeah.
And it's just them.
Siege.
The siege is just these three prisoners, the policeman, these two ladies holding up this police prison. This police prison. There we go. That's basically it.
That's
like
the premise. That's how it starts.
It's like Night of the Living Dead almost. Like
these people don't care if they die. They just constantly keep coming.
And they're not. It's not like you've got parallel stories where like you see the gang doing what they're doing, and then you see the people in the precinct or anything. Like the gang, we don't learn almost anything about them. They're like
you don't even really hear them speak.
They may as well be like zombies or vampires or something. You know what I mean? They're just like figures out in the shadows that shoot if you get too near a window.
Yeah.
Or that sometimes try and break in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's a great film.
So tense.
A great John Carpenter theme.
Yeah.
At the beginning. Yeah.
He says it was inspired by Rio Bravo and Night of the Living Dead. So there you go.
Oh, well, there you go then. Well, that's that film done.
Oh, is it done?
Well,
so nothing to say about it. It's your favourite film?
Not my favourite film. Just one of the films I like.
And it's great, but it's just not. It's not 12 Angry Men.
No,
great,
no,
you know.
Of course.
I mean, we should do a John Carpenter week.
Well, we're already going to have done. I guess there's still enough to do, I suppose. But we will have done The Thing already. But we can do Halloween, The Fog.
Yeah,
I love and then The Fog is amazing. It doesn't get enough credit, I feel like.
So that's WhitsPicks.
That's WhitsPicks this week.
Yeah.
My picks. Next week, Witches.
Wits and Witches.
Yes.
Witch is a Beastwick.
The
Craft. And
Kiki's
Jack, did you make a firm decision?
I hope it's Kiki because I just bought it.
Oh,
have you?
Yeah, do that then. Yeah, it was going to be that.
Any other film. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'll watch it
anyway. I want to watch that.
I think we haven't watched the cartoon, have we? Any of the picks?
No,
we were going to.
And we did.
Yeah, so Kiki's
I haven't seen Kiki for ages.
If that's allowed in the
of course
amongst the lineup.
It's about a little witch.
Yeah, witch.
Cool, witches.
Yeah, we would have included Suspiria, but that's coming up.
Yeah, that'll be the following week. Yeah. So The Craft, Witches of Eastwick, and Kiki's Delivery Service.
Yeah,
free for next week.
Yeah, I love Witches of Eastwick. I'm looking forward to that. Oh, I love her craft, but I've seen it so many times.
Right.
Right.
Have to ring it.
When you gonna ring it? When you gonna ring it?
Ring it. Yeah, a little... Where you near that? £1. The one. The only. The lover of men. The ringmaster. This is the main event.
You always trick me in the last bit, and I think you're going to say something more.
No, never.
Welcome to the main event. This week we watched... oh god, I've forgotten what the event it was called.
It was the main event.
Kazuchika Okada versus Katsuyori Shibata at... I'm trying to Google it quickly, but I was talking and couldn't type
Always
it
get the tabs ready, I do.
Got a pre-tab it.
New Japan Sakura Genesis 2017. This is recent, and as a little bit of context, I suppose, this may have been Shibata's last match ever. He went backstage after the match and collapsed, and he's got subdural hematoma, which is some kind of, I think it's like some kind of blood clot in his brain.
From the headbutt?
Not from necessarily that headbutt, but that might be
from
the one
doing it
that,
over and over.
Yeah. And he's now, apparently at the moment he's like had part of his skull removed to have surgery, and he's like, he can't hear in one ear, I think, and he's lost vision in one eye, and he might never wrestle again.
God.
Because when he's walking off at the end,
it looked a bit like bit too wobbly.
Yeah, a bit too animated. Yeah. They were like, "Well, that's what happens when you get the Rainmaker."
Yeah,
is it?
But it was a bit like, oh my god, he's. But yeah, apparently he collapsed backstage straight after, and they rushed him to hospital. So that's
the end of the match.
That's the fallout.
That's the match. Yeah.
That's the fallout of the match.
Yeah,
which shows you the kind of war it was.
Starts off by just sizing each other up.
Entrances first, because Shibata's music always sounds like Hawthorne Heights to me when it starts, and then it goes into like a Leatherface riff. I love it. I just wanted to say that, but yeah. So at the beginning, Okada's like, he's not worried.
The other guy though, because when he comes in.
The Rainmaker.
All the money, and they have to wait. All this money gets blown out onto the ring, and they have to wait there for about 30 seconds while all these men scramble on the ring to clear all this money.
But that's Okada. He's being
flash.
He causes a mess. He doesn't care. He's a flashy guy. Yeah. Shibata's so popular that Okada's sometimes a good guy, but I think people wanted Shibata to win.
Yeah, I mean, I have no idea who he is.
No.
Well, no. He's basically.
But he's my favourite.
Oh yeah, you liked him?
Yeah, he was great.
I pretty much from the first time I saw him as well, I was like, oh my god, he's amazing. He's so scary.
What's his character like? The good guy or no?
No, he's not. He's not a good. He's not really got a character. He just kicks people really hard. That's his thing. It's like hits them really hard. It's just like a strong style guy, which is why he wears just black trunks and black boots. Like, there's nothing flashy.
He looks like he should be wearing a leather jacket. He's all about hard
strikes and submissions. Yeah.
He was awesome.
He was like of the same generation as Okada, and you remember Nakamura? We watched that match at NXT with him. They were going to be like the three of the big guys of that generation, and Okada and Nakamura got there, but Shibata left New Japan and went elsewhere. And so then he came back and was like, there's a lot of stuff about being loyal to the company and stuff in Japanese wrestling.
Well, in their culture anyway, isn't it?
Well, yeah, exactly, yeah. So he was a bit like...
shunned.
A bit shunned, I guess, yeah. And he came back, but it's just been so good. And it's just slowly crept up. I mean, clearly they were interested in eventually having him be a top guy, but he had to earn it again, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is the point where he's finally got to the main event to have a big title match.
It's sad. It's a sad match, actually.
Yeah.
If you know about what happens afterwards, it's like he's come all this way. And
he plays this kind of character who's mean and just emotionless and stuff. But in real life, he's a real nice guy apparently, and a real goofball. So it makes it even sadder to know this like nice, fun guy has maybe lost his chance. So that's the downer on the end of this whole thing, but it's an amazing match.
Yeah, incredible.
It is very good.
Starts off, Okada is like not fussed. He's not worried about what Shibata's going to do. He's like, no, don't worry. I'm the Rainmaker. What, He's all dismissive.
He's the champion, isn't he?
He's the champ, and he's been the champ for ages, and he's the top guy. And he's getting a bit too big for his boots now. As it starts off, Shibata's all over him, and is clearly the better mat wrestler, and Okada can't get,
He did MMA, didn't he?
Yeah.
So he knows all the grappling moves,
all the moves.
Yeah.
I think when it really picks up is when it like goes outside of the ring.
Yeah.
And
they go for get a bit of speed. They break apart a bit, and then they go back to the mat a bit, and then there's a top rope drop kick. I've written.
There's lots of drop kicks.
I think Shibata goes onto the turnbuckle, does he? And Okada drop kicks him out of the ring.
Yeah.
And
then they go out of the ring, and they really tear each other apart.
Is this the bit with the DDT?
Yeah, it gives him the DDT hanging off the barricade.
Yeah, that was because when I saw that, I was like, "Is this the bit when he's hurt his head?"
Oh yeah,
it looks like it,
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh my god!" And then he like wrestles for like another 40 minutes or something with a head injury.
It's a long match.
So they get back in the ring.
They get back in the ring, and they're giving.
Does it go back
Shibata's,
to like a grappling?
They start hitting each other, don't they? And Shibata just is absorbing all the.
It's a brick. It's just a wall.
He's absorbing all the strikes.
Then he gives one. Just like
he slaps him, doesn't he? Is that in that?
Yeah,
part?
there's some real slaps.
Like really, like disrespecting him
on the top of his head.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then that all kicks off.
I love when Okada goes for the Rainmaker and he does the pose and it zooms right out.
Yeah.
So good. But he reverses it.
Yeah.
And then they go into they're both kneeling on the mat and they just start slapping each other.
Well,
letting each other slap each other so hard. Like you can see all the sweat.
They're real slaps. Oh.
Yeah,
there's no.
I don't think they can fake it. I mean,
there's no way to fake slaps like that. I mean, most of the strikes, you obviously don't hit people in the jaw or in the head.
Yeah.
But you most of the time, especially in Japan, people they kick you and slap you really hard. But
really
it's like
loud.
it's in places where they're not going to probably do too much damage, but it's going to hurt, and they're genuinely kicking you.
Because you can see those sweat come off them from the slaps. They are really hard slaps.
One day we'll watch Shibata versus Ishii as well, which is crazy.
I think I'm a fan of this wrestling. This is it. New Japan.
New Japan is
it's
so
really
good.
It's a bit more aggressive than WWE.
Yeah, I just like because they come out and they're not, like the Undertaker will come out on a motorbike or something. These guys just come out and wrestle.
It's presented a bit more like a sport.
Yeah, they actually do wrestle as well.
Yeah,
they look like
it's taken a bit more seriously.
Yeah, they look like they really do hurt each other.
They do, yeah.
Well, exactly. That's what I mean. They literally look like they are fighting.
I mean, when we get to the headbutt, you see.
Well, he's got to
full on holds onto Okada's head, and you hear the thud. Like it's not like a.
Sickening.
Everyone knows the thud of when two people butt heads accidentally. Like it's that sound of just bone, and then there's just blood trickling down. And he deliberately makes sure they zoom right in on him after he does it, and he just waits for the blood to come down so that you can see that it's real. Do you know what I mean? That he hasn't.
Yeah.
His face, the look on his face after it's searing stare, isn't it? It's nice.
Just complete refusal to acknowledge how much it obviously hurts as well.
Yeah, I know, man. It's just hats off to him. He's still and there's still 20 minutes left of wrestling.
Yeah.
This guy's got a gash in his head, and they're just going at it now. And
Okada, his head doesn't bleed, but he's obviously feeling it the same.
Yeah,
as he doesn't do that either. It's actually something that a lot of people are a bit uncomfortable with because it's especially now he's got the hematoma, because it's obviously such a dangerous thing to keep doing. To headbutt people like that is like kind of a reckless thing to do, but what an impact.
Well, yeah, definitely. Where we got to, because you written it down, it's good to...
Well, if we just go to the headbutt,
I think
there's
that's
lots of back and forth. There's lots of like them forearms and slaps absorbing each other, and Okada starts to try and work on Shibata starts to try and work on Okada's arm.
Yeah,
and he's doing those kicks.
Yeah,
to his arm that are so hard, like you can just hear the sound of that pad like hitting his shoulder. Horrible. Yeah, and then after the headbutt, it's not that far from the end, really.
No,
it's like
some more submissions.
20 minutes left, I think. After that.
Yeah, Okada gets choked.
Yeah,
and then he gets out of it, but then he gets suplexed onto his head.
Yeah,
and then Shibata goes for like his own version of the Rainmaker, like he does the ripcord bit with the arm that leads into the clothesline, the Rainmaker, and he but kicks him.
Yeah.
Or into a slap, is it? I think he does it into a slap and then starts kicking him. So that's a little bit of,
There's lots of kicks and lots of slaps, lots of drop kicks.
Yeah. Okada's got the most amazing drop kick. He gets so high and does the full backflip thing out of it. And some of the clotheslines that Okada, it's the Rainmaker, but he hasn't done the full ripcord thing with the arm.
Swing.
It's just like a short arm clothesline, but he does them so hard, and Shibata's refusing to go down from him. And then ultimately he gets Rainmakered.
Yeah.
Shame.
Sad.
He does two Rainmakers.
I really wanted him to win.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, same.
No, yeah,
it was a shame, but I think, whoever eventually beats Okada, it's going to be like a big deal. So that will be.
But
and it could even have been intended to be him for all we knew. It could have been him in another half a year's time. But
sadly, that's not the end, is it? So he's walking off all wobbly.
Yeah.
So then
Bad Luck Fale comes out.
Yeah. Oh, who I thought was the Big Show. At first, from when you first see from the behind, he's really really big, bold man.
Yeah.
But then I was thinking, why would the Big Show be there?
Yeah, no, it's not the Big Show.
No, and this guy, what's his name?
Bad Luck Fale.
He
Cameron Farley.
Hopefully Jack would get the sound clip, because he says when he's like,
he does.
Yeah, he just swears at this guy. It's very funny.
Well, they can get away with it because
what's the?
It's him. He's basically making himself known as a challenger to Okada.
Because he picks the belt up, doesn't he, and puts his foot on the guy's chest
and does that. I love his power bomb. His crucifix power bomb. Really just throws him up. And they just throws such a long drop.
Yeah, and he's basically saying, "I am gonna beat you.
I'm the next guy. I'm taking this from you."
The next one. So what are we watching next? Are we starting the Cruiserweight Classic?
Cruiserweight Classic, yeah, which will take a little while because it's like an hour show. It was like an hour show and it ran on for a number of weeks.
Okay. Well, should we do one show?
One show?
Yeah, I think one episode a week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless we get really into it and then you want to do two, but that will be 2 hours.
No, I think that's...
Yeah, an hour's fine.
But I think you'll get really into it, so...
Yeah. Well...
It should be a good one.
Cool.
Well, I look forward to that.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding. That was the main event with
the main event.
That was the main event. All the best to Shibata.
Yeah.
Colin Okada. Get well soon, hopefully.
Yeah.
Even if he doesn't get to wrestle again, hopefully he's all right.
Yeah.
You drew a picture of him.
I did do a picture of him a while ago.
Because when I was watching it, I was like, I recognise this guy.
Exactly what I said.
It's like, who is this guy?
It's like,
Jim, and you just
I love him.
Yeah. I can see why now. I was like,
he's awesome. I want to see more of him.
Just a monster. Well, we will. I'll make sure we watch a few more of his matches. There's plenty of great stuff.
Yeah.
With him to watch.
Cool. Main event.
Cool.
Done
and dusted.
So that's the end of the podcast.
That could be the end.
Yeah.
Episode 11.
Yes.
Done. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Yeah. Join us next week for Witches.
Witches, Wits.
Follow us.
Wrestling.
Like us on Facebook. Follow us on... No, we haven't got a Twitter yet.
Yeah, what's happened with that? The
We'll
head of social media hasn't
Well,
sorted
I
out.
need the...
Head of social media who yesterday shared our own post as WhitsPicks.
Well, maybe Jack should be head of social media. 'Cause his post got way more likes than mine.
No, I mean, we can all post on there
We
anyway,
should all
can't we? So it
have,
doesn't matter.
you know... It's,
Yeah. Jim actually posted for once.
I did, yeah, I actually posted the picture.
Crazy.
The picture of the
And
cat mugs.
writ words.
Yeah. And
probably your
also...
first post on social media in years.
Ages. Yeah, well, apart from Instagram, I post on Instagram.
Yeah, he does.
Also, subscribe to us on YouTube
Whit's Gaming.
at WhitsPicks.
Yeah.
WhitsPicks.
WhitsPicks on YouTube. Bye.